In figure skating, many Russian skaters had considered switching nationalities and representing other countries after the ban, due to the political tensions and war. Veronika Zhilina's case is one of the most discussed. The challenges, criticism she faced. As usually less popular skaters in Russia, knowingly, they don't stand a chance to make it onto the national team and switch to avoid the deep talent pool lining in Russia. Veronika is the first known skater. She was part of the national team, very talented and perspective. She could have really had the chance to stand out and defend Russia at the competitions after the ban. But Zhilina didn't want to wait. Her plans were to make it to the Olympics in 2026, representing another country. Veronika had appealed for the citizenship in Azerbaijan, receiving a passport as confirmation. The Russian Federation are holding Zhilina back and not allowing her to move to Azerbaijan. As a result, Veronika appealed to the IOC to overlook the case. If they rule positively, she could be allowed to leave. She will have a special certificate saying she's allowed to compete in international competitions and possibly get a ticket for the Olympic qualifying tournament in 2026. Parallel to this, the Russian Federation are seeking compensation from Zhilina, approximately 1 million rubles, of wanting to switch citizenship and represent another country. They denied the transfer, knowing that they will lose more talented skaters like Veronika to other countries because of the ban. They have invested a lot of money and time to the athletes, providing funding, resources for Veronika to be a very good skater and on an elite level, and have possible potential to win against Adele Petrosyan, the girl that will go to the Olympics. So as a result, Veronika needs to pay back all the money the Federation had invested in her for the 2 seasons, 2023-24 and 2024-25. Since being part of the national team and 100% funded by the government in dollars, approximately will be $12,500. This situation can be looked from 2 perspectives. The reason why Russia is holding back is they don't want an athlete that they have invested, raised to compete against them. But the other side is Veronika is 17 years old, with no competing in international competition in her peak form. Athletes dream of competing in international stage, and now she has to pay all of this back, chasing an Olympic dream at the stake of betraying your own country, never knowing if you would have a chance to compete in the high competition across Russia. But transfers don't occur this easily. Based on the IOC transfer rules, they need to be a call of time, meaning skater cannot compete at competitions for a certain amount of times. Paperwork needs to be approved, etc. Zhilina is an athlete from Angels of Plushenka, and her coach Evgenia Plushenka sees nothing wrong with the transfer and supports it. He is continuing to provide training facilities for Veronika, who as per rules cannot compete in Russia for 2 years. From the Azerbaijan side, many are very excited to have Zhilina representing. It would mean that Zhilina would quickly be the best skater and would have great potential to secure a win for the country, because she is truly talented, gifted, and Azerbaijan never really had a very technical skater before, which will boost their visibility in the figure skating community. Maybe this situation may be looked at a different angle. Russia produces excess amount of talent, which limits spots at the competitions that they cannot be all seen. So perhaps Russia has formed an alliance agreement between Azerbaijan. Zhilina is not the only skater requested to move countries particular to Azerbaijan, which could help Russia to gain even more. With limited international competition spots, the ongoing ban and deep talent pool, athletes struggle to gain any sort of potential and opportunity. Both countries benefit. Azerbaijan benefits from using Russia's talent and resources like coaching methods to boost their figure skating team, and Russia can utilize other countries transferring their athletes internationally and making sure Russian athletes can still compete, building an international presence while being banned. Russia has already invested in Azerbaijan with their coaches, training methods, skaters, and not just ordinary coaches, but top elite credited like Evgenia Plushenko, who has been working in Azerbaijan to develop a striving skating program. Azerbaijan can instantly gain talented, hard-working athletes that are used to the coaches, and Russia benefits because they expand their circle and more athletes can be exposed to international competitions, which is kind of a loophole. After Zhilina's appeal, the IOC officially denies of the transfer to Azerbaijan, even though she has the documents, the passport, the paid compensation to Russia. Russia supported the deny. Zhilina shared that she felt really upset. She wanted to give up. This was her third missed season. It was painful. She thanked her family, coaches, and the Azerbaijan Federation for standing with her. With this, Zhilina is not able to make it to the national team and compete her way to the Olympics in 2026. Her family and her are still moving to Azerbaijan to continue training and hoping for a much more peaceful resolution. As of now, she will not claim and appeal for the situation. She's not retiring from figure skating. She's still moving to Azerbaijan and continuing training and maybe making it to the national team organically. A legendary coach, Tatyana Tarasova, has a theory why Plushenko students want to leave and compete to other countries, specifically referring to Zhilina. Plushenko raises the best students and competitions are tough. But in other countries, she's automatically be the top skater and will get to compete both in European and World Championships. Russian athletes are banned from international competitions, and this is how other European countries can take advantage of the Russian talent, poaching them. She criticizes the situation that Europe benefits from Russian skaters' hard work. The IOC later revealed why they denied Veronika Zhilina's case. Alexander Kogan, the general director of the Russian Figure Skating Federation, regarding the refusal of Zhilina to compete for Azerbaijan. There appeared to be a lot of violations and mismatches, which led to the refusal of both Russian Federation and the IOC. She had support by the Russian Federation, having spent 5 seasons as part of the national team, receiving full benefits, and in the last 2 years was listed as part of the promising reserve, which included additional financial support for both her and her coaches. These payments directly from the Russian Federation throughout the 2024 and 2025 season. She entered several competitions but drew several times just days before the competition. Due to illnesses, official medical certificates were provided and she continued to be allocated by the Grand Prix stages as part of the national team member. She didn't just join the national team by accident, how many people think that. There was official requests from her coaches asking for her inclusion. Her latest national team contracts covering through the 2024 and 25 season was signed as recently as January 13th, 2025. Zhilina did provide a picture to confirm that she has the green Azerbaijan passport on Instagram, but Kogan clarifies that it wasn't an official passport, but a travel document, so it was not 100% proof that she had still citizenship under the IOC rules. The IOC was shown a private document stating that the residency complex in Baku since 2023. However, she lives in Moscow, and Moscow address was listed in her official contract with the Russian Federation. Zhilina visited Azerbaijan twice in 2025, and according to Kogan, Zhilina remains as a Russian athlete because she didn't visit Azerbaijan often. She is still eligible to compete domestically in Russia without any restrictions no one will prevent her. So was her receiving the Azerbaijan passport real or fake? A journalist, Zhukov, confirmed that he is sure the document held in her hands was the real passport. Azerbaijan have stopped giving travel cards to other countries, including Poland and Latvia, who have non-citizenship passports. Azerbaijan issues only 2 types of identification as passports: ID photos, which is plastic. So Zhilina is likely holding an actual citizenship. She received this through a special regulation that talented athletes can receive full citizenship without having to live there not a year, not even a day. The only requirement was to collect the passport in person after the approval. So as of now, she holds 2 citizenships, one in Russia and one in Azerbaijan. She was given a rare exception due to being under age of the 18. As soon as she turns 18, she needs to decide whether to hold Azerbaijan or the Russian citizenship. She returned all federation payments despite not competing for 2 years, but she continues to receive a monthly stipend between $21,000 to $29,000, roughly. But all funds were returned to the Russian Federation, having paid all reparation. One of the Russian figure skaters' authorities have left a personal message for Zhilina regarding the whole situation. He says that Zhilina needs to stop listening to outside voices, people that want something from her or something to gain from it, encouraging Zhilina to leave Russia. He believes that Zhilina's future is lied in Russia and that she should continue to compete under the Russian flag. The Russian Figure Skating Federation is open to her. They are ready to call her and discuss, set up a meeting, talking personally, wanting to end the drama. He praised her talent, saying she has potential to become a long-term national team member and leader in the Russian national team. With all of this, Zhilina has suffered sexual assault from her and her coaches in Angels of Plishenka, particular Ruzanov, who has been accused of similar behavior in the past and had to leave. As soon as it happened, Zhilina spoke online about her experience dealing with Ruzanov at just 11 years old, after Rudkovskaya found out Plishenka's wife and was supported by her son, who had also experienced similar behavior and snarky remarks, bullying from Sergei Ruzanov as the coach. He is no longer welcomed, and Ruzanov have left to go abroad to train because he is now blacklisted in Russia. However, since the confirmation, Veronika's family have stayed silent, focusing on their transition to moving to countries. They were offered millions for interviews, but the family declined and wanted to stay silent, pausing any investigation to avoid media pressure. Plishenka finally speaks on the decision of Zhilina moving to Azerbaijan. He explained that he had no involvement in the decision. It was Zhilina's decision and her family's. She continues to train and recover under his supervision. He says it's crazy how skaters quickly are forgotten when they can't compete due to injuries or haven't competed in a while. He supports her decision, and his job is not to judge but to coach.